how useful is a supplement that's going to allow you to lift a heavier weight or to push out more reps? Hey guys, today we're talking creatine. Despite its popularity, there's loads of confusion out there as to what it actually does, who should use it. So today I'm going to take all of the most commonly asked questions and I'm going to answer all of them. If you have one that doesn't get covered in this video, by all means drop it in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer you. Hope it helps you. Let's get stuck in. This is not a new supplement. In fact, we've got to go back 20 to 30 years to see when it first hit the market. And it didn't, interestingly, it didn't first rise to prominence in the gym. If you go back and you look at the, I think it was the 88 or 92 Olympic Games, creatine usage was first really talked about, really caught fire when sprinters and swimmers began using it prepping for the Games. Didn't take long after that before obviously the benefits, which we'll cover later, caught on from a gym perspective, and ever since then, bodybuilding has kind of took over it in strength training. But yeah, 20 to 30 years old, this is nothing new. Creatine is a naturally occurring substance, guys. It's already inside your body, whether you're using it as a supplement or not. And you'll also find it through your diet in foods like red meat. Your body's reserves, of course, are very small, but it uses those reserves when you perform explosive activity. So if I was to suddenly start sprinting all out, or running for a bus, picking up something heavy, jumping up and down, that sort of thing, your body's zapping those creatine reserves, and that's why you're able to go from 0 to BAM! As fast as possible. Explosive strength, right? So by supplementing additional creatine into your diet in the form of a supplement, all you're doing there is increasing your body's capability to perform explosive activities. Now I use running for a bus as an example, but to really put it into perspective, take that into a gym setting. Now that can mean the difference between lifting a slightly heavier weight from now on, or using the same weight but pushing out a few more repetitions at the end of your set. Creatine's been shown time and time again to boost muscular explosiveness and muscular endurance. And that's where the benefits come from. And that's really the purpose it serves. That's all it does. Which brings us to our next question. So because of the obvious muscle building benefits, it didn't take long before supplement companies began putting crazy hype on their creatine products. And this leads to a lot of people believing that it has something to do with steroids. And you look at a little tub of white powder, particularly if your teenage son or daughter has started using it, you look at a tub of white powder and you're thinking, what's this about exploding my arms? And it just looks dodgy. So it's important we put this answer in today's video. No, not only is it not steroids, it's nothing to do with steroids. It doesn't impact the body's hormones in anything like the same way as an anabolic steroid or a drug of that type. As we covered before, creatine is a naturally occurring substance. It's already inside your body. All you're doing is increasing its reserves of it, okay, to use the benefits more. Perfectly safe, perfectly natural, and it behaves more like a vitamin than a steroid. Yes, women can use it and should use it. If you're training with weights, whether you're training to build muscle, to get leaner, or to increase your strength, creatine is very useful. How useful is a supplement that's going to allow you to lift a heavier weight or to push out more reps? Fantastic, right? But again, lots of women are put off by the stories of, shirt ripping arms, and they're led to believe they're going to turn into Arnold. Hell, it's harder for women to build muscle than it is for guys. Your testosterone levels are naturally very low in comparison to males. You're starting from a much harder place, so you need to work harder. If you wanted to get like Arnold, it would take more than it would for a guy. Okay, so don't worry too much about taking creatine and waking up the next day like, yeah, unless that's what you're going for, in which case you need to be taking a whole lot more different kind of stuff. Yeah, if you're training for strength, perfectly fine, start using creatine. All of my clients use it. Again, yes. Several studies out there now documenting the effectiveness and the safety of creatine, some of which go well into the early teen years. As long as you're not going crazy with the dosage, as long as you're performing weight training on a regular basis, I don't see a problem. I'm going to put a link to the blog article in the description of this video. Go check that out, which will have a few references if you want to check out the available body of research. If you're a parent and your teen has brought home some creatine and you're thinking, what the hell is this? Is this safe? Check it out. I hope it helps you. Stick to the recommended dosage. That's my advice. That's all you really need. That's about 5 grams a day. It's just a small spoonful into your protein shake or into whatever else you want to mix it in. It's usually flavourless too. But yeah, a lot of people think that with supplements, if something has obvious benefits, more is better. That's not the case. Like I said, creatine works more like a vitamin. Okay, so your body can only store so much. If you're taking 5 grams a day, you're going to reach a saturation point. And when you do, you don't need to take loads more. All you're doing is just topping it up. Okay, so you're staying at the top level of creatine intake. Now, if you were to take 10, 15, 20 grams a day, all that's going to happen is you're going to reach that saturation point faster. And then from that point on, you're pretty much just wasting some of your supplement every single day. You're just going to run out faster. There's no need, okay? At least there's no evidence to suggest that there's a need. Okay, every study seems to conclude that 5 grams is more than enough. Just stick to that, okay? Now, supplement companies, they always advise you to run a loading phase in the beginning. They want you to double, sometimes even quadruple the dose for the first week of usage. Do you really need that? Well, if you listen to what I just said there, all they're getting you to do is to reach that saturation point faster. You don't really need the loading phase at all. It's just going to take slightly longer for you to reach saturation levels. Once you do, you're going to get the exact same results anyway. So by using the loading phase, that's your choice, but all you're really doing is running down your creatine a bit faster. Back when this supplement first hit the scene, it got so popular so fast that there were a lot of questions being asked which didn't have answers. One of them was, how long should you use it for? And the logical response, because there was no research available at the time, was use it for 4 to 6 weeks, then take a break and see what happens. And most people have just carried on with that approach. To be honest, there's nothing really wrong with that. As we've already discussed, the only thing you're going to lose when you stop using creatine is water which has been forced into your muscles. You're going to keep the strength gains that you made. However, nowadays, you guys don't have that issue anymore of no research being available. You've got 2, maybe 3 decades worth of clinical research, all showing that there are no adverse effects to continued use of creatine at the recommended daily dosage, which is about 5 grams a day. So if you're still training consistently in the gym year round, there's no real need for you to come off anymore, unless you want to. Most athletes will just continue using it, providing that they're training hard. No reason to stop. That's exactly what I do, and that's what I get my clients to do as well. I've always just used standard creatine monohydrate. I'll put a link to the creatine article in the description of this video. If you click on that, I will show you the actual product that I use. It's very straightforward, dirt cheap. That's all you need with creatine. There's lots of new formulas which are much more expensive, some are like 4 times as much, but none of them have been shown to outperform the standard monohydrate formula yet. And until that happens, don't buy them. That's what I always tell clients, don't waste your money, because there's literally no evidence to support why you're spending 4 times as much money. If you want to use creatine, monohydrate is still the best formula, same as it was 30 years ago. Nothing's changed. Bottom line, If you're training hard in the gym, you're trying to build muscle or boost your strength, performance, then yeah, start using creatine right away. Just stick to the basic, can't go wrong. Hope this video helped you. Please share it with anyone that's thinking about using creatine or unsure of the questions that we've just covered for you. And that's it. Please subscribe to the channel. Much more of these coming along. Appreciate it. Time for me to work out.
Hey, I'm Amanda Laker from Team GB. Check out the workouts from Russell PTI.